You said, I wish people would educate themselves on the roots of Hamas and Islamism, and please avoid propaganda of all types, pro-Israel and pro-Palestine, so we can move away from polarization and move towards cooperation and collaboration. My question is, where, and this was, a lot of people asked me this on Instagram. They said, where do you recommend people get their information from? And where do you recommend they not get their information from? How do they know what's true and what's false? Do you have any recommendations to help people with this?
Well, I feel strongly what I always say is that it's less so about the source of information sometimes as much as it is about how it's less so about what to think, but how to think. I can watch Al Jazeera. I can watch Fox News. I can watch Israeli Channel 14 and Channel 12. I can listen to Yedot Aharonot, Ynet, and I can watch Haaretz podcasts. I can read anything I want and actually be able to tell what is information, what is analysis, what is opinion, what is conjecture. And I think that's the key issue right here is you can look for the information and still not like the analysis or the opinion or the conjecture or the overall editorial line that is a website called Middle East Eye.
Okay.
That I think before October 7th used to be somewhat interesting to watch. Right now they have mostly anti-Israel, tangentially pro-Hamas, and really just in my opinion, anti-Western points of views that are kind of fuel for a lot of the discourse. A lot of their content, whether it be shorts or whether it be posts, it's mainly not information. It's mainly opinions. It's mainly their analysis that is leading in a certain direction. And it's good to sometimes hear differing opinions, but I genuinely no longer see like raw information. I want raw information. Sometimes I want to make my own assessments. Sometimes I want to hear how other people are analyzing the information. So I'm not going to sit here and give you a bunch of sources and lists, but what I will say is skepticism is good. Excessive skepticism can lead to neurotic doubts that honestly I've seen, whereby in the pro-Palestine community, there's an unwillingness to acknowledge that Hamas committed horrendous atrocities, and that even though Hamas literally has their GoPros and all the videos are out there for all to see, they think that Israel's Hannibal directive and Israel's the only one who killed, and there might have been Israelis killed by their own fire, but multiple things can be true. That may have happened, but to say Hamas killed no one and all civilians were killed just by Israeli fire is like ridiculous. Similarly, you can't put out any video of atrocities in Gaza or horrible violence in Gaza without an army of pro-Israel accounts responding to me on Twitter with like, this seems fake. The sun seems to have risen from the southwest, not from the east. This is a sniper. Well, how about maybe Hamas snipers did that? Maybe like it's all this cognitive dissonance to say the IDF would never do something horrible or would never do a mistake. And then literally it's like 2 days later, the IDF is like, oh yeah, we mistakenly killed a bunch of people. Oh yeah, we did this and we did that. Or yeah, this happened. Or, that has more to do with priming and the way people think. And that's what colleges are failing to do, is to teach people how to think.
Correct.
Rather than what to think.